Welcome back, Caddy Corner, episode 66. I'm Austin.
I'm Chloe.
And that is not what you guys were expecting. I hope, no offense, I guess, I hope that this is the last time that we have to do a podcast. It's like a 911 figure it out on the fly type of situation. We should be done with travel and everything and back to normal very soon. But in the meantime, you guys are going to have to deal with me bringing my girlfriend onto the podcast. So say hello to the people, Chloe.
Hello, everybody. I'm the star of the show, and
Yes.
you're really going to enjoy.
Yes. She's very good at speaking. She knows a lot of things. She's here to spread the knowledge to all of you people around the world. And everything that I just said was an absolute lie.
Wow, thank you.
But I'm not here to tell them all of our relationship details. Been dating this chick for a while. 4 years, September.
Yes.
But not yet.
Not yet, no.
But close.
Almost 4 years in September,
Yes. So, yeah, I told her to come up with interview questions. She did that about an hour ago. And now I shoved a microphone in her face, and we're going to talk into it. So, before we get too far into it, make sure to rate and review the show, like, comment, and subscribe. Share the show around to your family and friends. It means a lot to me, and probably Chloe, too. And also Caleb. Shout out to Caleb.
Yeah,
He's
miss
not here.
him.
Yeah, miss Caleb. Much. Much miss. But yeah, we did like this little series where we interviewed Caleb and we interviewed each other. I thought it would be cool because she can kind of ask questions that Caleb can't in the same way or cares about different aspects. And so I thought it would be fun. So hopefully it actually is. So without further ado, Chloe, ask away. I'm here to answer questions.
Okay, my first question is, what is something on your bucket list?
Just a single thing?
I mean, it can be multiple.
I'm just rolling. I don't think I really have a great answer for that.
Like, you don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything. Like,
No, I'm good.
pretty boring.
No, I'm just kidding. I think that something that I want to feasibly do in my whole life is I'd really like to go to every U.S. national park, except for like the lame ones, like Gateway Arch is stupid, and you know whatever the case may be. But I think that that's like a very realistic thing that I would like to do before I kick the bucket. I think.
Sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just what I'm into.
All right, the second question is, what is your favorite adventure that you've experienced? Like, you would travel all the time. Which one is your favorite?
I mean, I'm always gonna, I think, lean towards like the more outdoorsy type trip. That's what I prefer. I just did a couple of days in Yosemite. That was really fun, obviously. But I think that my actual favorite like trip I've ever been on was whenever I went to Montana and Wyoming. That was insane. I think that there's some level of first time itch towards that. Like, it was my first time ever going further west than Tennessee. So, but it's just a whole nother world out there. And it was exactly what I signed up for, you know, like you walk a lot and you wake up early and you eat food from like prepackaged food from grocery stores, but in the end you get to see cool stuff that not everybody gets to see, and that's like what I signed up for, I think. And
How long were you there? I don't remember.
it was a week.
A week, yeah.
But it was a lot of driving. Like, it was basically Canada, Montana, all the way down to northwestern Wyoming. Montana's not a small place, and so it's like 8-hour drive and then another 8-hour drive, and then wake up at 3 a.m. to drive 3 hours on the other side of Yellowstone, and you know. But it's like you.
Sounds so fun.
But it shouldn't be exactly like there's.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. So that probably is my favorite adventure. But I just like seeing new things.
And that was pretty recent, like last year, right?
When I graduated high school.
Oh, okay, just kidding. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, yeah,
So
I think.
fairly recent.
Yeah.
Okay. If money wasn't in the discussion, what is your dream job?
I'm doing it right now. Talking into a mic. I just want to make videos forever. That's
I feel
what
like every time I ask you, it's different, but you always say
that's what
make
I like.
videos.
That's what I like to do. I just think it's the only thing that it's the only thing I've ever done in my life where I felt from the get-go that I was somewhat good at it from the jump.
Yeah.
Like, it's the only thing that I've ever, I guess, felt talented in. And I didn't even really believe in that before I started making videos. Like, I was just convinced that, like, talent was garbage. I don't think that that's true anymore.
Because you didn't find yours.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a cliche, weird answer, but I'm just a guy who makes videos. That's what I always say.
Okay. What do you consider your biggest success?
Short-term success, I would say, like, and I guess short-term is relative for kind of everything, but I think that we'll actually look at it in a more grand scale. I think that my greatest success is the way that I live my life since going to college. Like, I actively spend every single day trying to put myself in the best possible position to win every day. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I think that by doing that, there's kind of no downside, really. Obviously, I'm biased, but that's probably my greatest, like, long-term success is I just feel like I've done a really good job in the past 2 years of setting myself up for some level of success with whatever that ends up being. But when it comes to shorter-term success, and it really is about the same amount of time, I think that the podcast is probably my best short-term success, just based off of the fact that we've done it for however long, and 65 episodes, and done cool stuff, and I mean, just consistent, and it's not like a light undertaking by any means, and I think that that's something that I'll always think fondly on.
And I might be wrong, but correct me. I feel like you're good on, like, schedules. Like, every day you have, like, what you're going to complete, like, a to-do list. I mean, I hate going to bed and feeling like I did nothing. That's where we differ.
That's like that's like one of my least favorite things is, like, I don't like not being productive. I have too much stuff to do to not be. I don't get the luxury of, like, if I want to be a guy who makes videos, I don't get to not do it. That's how I always look at it. You know what I mean? Like,
that's where we're not the same. Because when I'm at school, I struggle a lot.
Yeah, you do.
And
this chick does nothing.
Austin, I do. I'm not the best at school. It's really hard. But Austin helps me. He's the best ever. Sometimes he does my Microsoft work.
Not anymore, though.
Last day of class.
Today?
Yeah.
Shout out to you. No more summer classes for her.
Yeah, Microsoft Excel really kicked my butt, and so did math. RIP to math. Had to drop that class. Anyway, what are your pet peeves about me?
Oh, that's a good
question. I have a
question.
big old list for you.
I bet you do. I think that probably, like, the only one for real is, like, you get so obsessed over things that don't matter at all. And it's so frustrating because you get, like, you have, like, this hyper focus that you're able to do. And it's like a superpower, but I don't think that you realize that. But you use that superpower for things like the blinds won't roll up the right way, or like, what's that smell, or stupid things like that.
I mean, I think it was this morning, you were not too happy about my Facebook Marketplace. I'm currently obsessed
that's what
with
I'm
that.
saying. Like
what's wrong with Facebook Marketplace?
There's nothing wrong with Facebook Marketplace, I guess, but I
need furniture for my house,
which is fine.
Broke college kid. Like, that's where I'm going.
I just don't think that. I mean, I don't know. It's just
you're a hater.
Yeah, I am a hater.
You're a hater.
I just think that there are better ways to use your time, and I also
blah blah blah.
But I also just, like, I make that whenever I am critical of anything, I make that fairly clear. So.
Anyway, if you had one day to live, what would you do?
Make a sweet video.
That's all you would do?
Yeah.
I would spend all my money to win him.
That would be the end of it. The end of.
I'm not leaving anything for anybody. Sorry. Love you.
I mean, I can't get anywhere crazy cool. I'm not going to travel.
No.
Spend all day on an airplane. That doesn't make sense.
I'd get so fat. Like, I'd eat everything.
Probably. I don't know. I'd figure out a way to give my archive to somebody, so that way they could have it, and figure out the best way to spread the legacy I can.
Where do you see yourself living in 5 years?
Living?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've thought about that a lot. And it changes all the time. I have this, like, I think the way that it looks in, like, 50 years is that I live somewhere where I have access to the outside. Like, I want, like, a snowy mountain in my backyard, and I want there to be like grizzly bears and elks and walking around, and I want to get rained on, and I want to know that I signed up for it, and I want to like have to shovel snow.
Ew.
Like that's what I want.
Why would
whenever
you
I'm
want
old.
that?
But there just aren't places like that where somebody that wants to make videos can thrive, really. You know what I mean? And so,
yeah.
like, I don't think that I necessarily get the privilege of choice when it comes to where I want to live just based off of my career. Like, I don't get to live in my hometown if I want to be a guy who makes videos because it just doesn't exist, you know?
China Grove's not the best.
Right. And so, and that's what Caleb and I always, Caleb says it the best. He says that we live in the worst possible place to make videos. And like I made 100 TikToks in a row, and we've done a podcast every week. And so that makes me feel like a tank sometimes, but there's something to that. And so I just think like I've always said that whenever I graduate college, I'm going to move with the money. So that's what I've always said. Whatever that makes sense. But whenever I get old, I want to have to wear like a bear coat and shovel snow, and that's what I want.
Oh, we can just move to Boone.
No, real mountains.
Okay. Anyway, again, a hater.
Colorado, here I come.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember your first impression of me? Because you slid into my DMs.
Probably not, to be honest. I probably just thought that you were friendly. I'm
not friendly, though.
At the time, you were friendly.
I'm very mean.
You are whenever you've become like a cornerstone of my life. But at the time, not at the time, I think that whenever you're like less close to you, you're more friendly.
Oh, that's true. Sweet. Thank you. Yeah. Because we met through your cousin.
Sure.
Shout out McKinley. She's my best friend, and you're basically your cousin. And so in high school, we ate at your lunch table.
Mm-hmm. You were just kind of around.
And you slid into my DMs, and here we are.
These are good points.
I know.
I was in Washington, D.C. at a Nationals game. It was July 4th.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you remember that?
I remember that because we went to a Nationals game. I was in Washington, D.C. on July 4th, and that was cool. That's why I remember that.
Okay.
But no, I wouldn't say so. Friendly, probably. That for me is a like a green flag, more so than anything else. Like, and maybe you were like good at jokes too. I don't really remember that, to be honest.
I'm amazing at jokes.
I think that you're good at jokes now for sure.
Really?
Of course I do.
That's so sweet.
Sometimes you flop, but whenever you're on a roll, your jokes are good. But yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
What are your dream pets?
Corgi named Murph.
No, Murph is terrible.
That's short for Murphy. Get over here, Murph.
That's terrible.
It's a strong name.
No, it's not.
It's a strong name.
You only want corgis.
No, I actually don't really care.
Do you like cats?
I kind of have thought that that's up to you. I don't. I kind of have always felt that a pet.
I like corgis.
A pet doesn't play a pivotal role in my life most of the time.
They're so sweet.
But that doesn't mean that I don't want them. It just means that like I could 100% live my life without one. But if there's one around, I'm not going to be like upset. And I just feel like that because I feel that way, I shouldn't be the one to get to choose, except for Corgi named Murph. That I'm not really willing to budge on.
We'll work on that.
Murphy. Get over here, Murph.
That's terrible.
It's a strong name.
No.
Strong name.
Or we could have a golden retriever named Rover. Or we could
named
have
Murph.
A chocolate lab named Wesley. I do like a corgi, but not the name Murph.
His name is Murphy, though.
But I don't want you to call it Murph. That's not cute.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It's a strong name.
That's terrible.
Murph the corgi.
Murphy.
You can call him Murphy, but I'll call him Murph.
Anyway.
It's my boy Murph.
And we can have cats.
Yeah, cats are cool.
I want to be a crazy cat lady.
They make me itchy, though.
We'll get you medicine.
I mean, that's fine, I guess.
Sometimes
I do like how low maintenance cats are.
You got to put me first.
That's fine, I guess. Yeah, sometimes I have to.
What was your dream job as a child? Do you remember?
Yeah. I've always wanted to make videos.
Since you were a child, you wanted to?
You ask me sometimes, like not sometimes, but one time you asked me if I watched Nickelodeon or Disney growing up, and I told you that I watched Call of Duty videos growing up.
Yeah,
which is true, and that's what I wanted to do.
I was a Disney girl, if anybody.
I wanted to play Call of Duty, and I wanted to make YouTube videos. I was 8 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old.
Oh, my chubby little Austin.
And then I think whenever I got to high school, I stopped watching Call of Duty as much. Started watching like more like lifestyle type stuff, and that's kind of where I am now. So
yeah, you've always just like watched YouTube.
Yeah, always. I mean, you know that. I still do. That's all
I know what you do now, but like when I was younger,
it's
like
always been that
I
way.
never really watched YouTube until I was older.
Yeah, I mean, I was there in the old days. I was there for the people that know. I was there for the MW2 lobbies. I was there for that. Like I was there for the very crazy slurs that people would drop in game chat. I was there for that. That's what I was. That's not what I was as a kid, but I was around, you know. So it's always been me.
What is the most incredible thing you've ever ate?
Oh man, now you got a good one there. I don't even know if I've ever really talked about anything like that on the podcast, but
you're a foodie.
Yeah, I am for sure. Apart from like sightseeing on trips, my favorite thing is eating cool food. Most amazing thing I've ever eaten. I don't think I can narrow it down like that, but I can give it to you in like categories. So, probably the most like unique thing that I've ever eaten is whenever I was in Jackson, Wyoming. I ate buffalo ribs, so like from a bison.
Ew.
That was pretty sweet.
So gross.
It was insane. Like one of my like typically like we're from the southeast, and so whenever we travel, it's normally to like beachy type towns. And so a pretty much mainstay in that for me is like a fish tacos type of dinner. I love fish tacos. It's a strong choice.
Yuck.
Insanely good. I really like seafood. I really like everything. So,
you do not like everything.
I mostly do though.
You don't like soup. Who doesn't like
soup? No,
soup
is pretty good, but it just depends. We don't live in the climate. Whenever we live in Colorado, I'll eat soup. It'll be cold. Need something to warm up the tank.
Soup is good.
Soup is good. But not when it's 95 outside.
No, it's good.
Yeah, that's just
Chick-fil-A's.
That's an insane move. But probably like my number one, not number one, but like something that I could eat every single day is like a Jersey Mike's number 13.
Ew.
Like an Italian sub.
No.
An Italian sub is a strong.
Jersey Mike's is terrible.
Yeah. I mean, you're just a moron.
No.
But,
which is the best?
Which is okay.
Rank the sub places.
Rank the sub places?
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's. Here's the thing though.
Terrible.
Jersey Mike's might not be the best sub place. Because all I get is the number 13.
What is that?
It's an Italian sub, yeah. Italian sub Mike's Way.
Okay, we'll rank it.
So, I mean, that's the only thing I've ever had, but it's number one because it's the best, I think. Subway's at the bottom. I really don't like Subway.
Yeah, that's like last, but I'll eat it.
I've never really had Jimmy John's, but it's cold subs, and I'm not a big fan there. And then I would actually put second above which. Like grocery store subs, so like Publix subs or Harris Teeter subs.
Those are good.
And then which is good.
I love
which is a strong choice.
Which is definitely. Are you done? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
It definitely goes which best. I only get tuna subs everywhere I go. Obsessed with them. Austin, stop. So which definitely like Publix or Harris Teeter second.
Yeah, if you guys have never had that before,
they're so good.
Insane, yeah.
No,
so
literally.
Good. And like in best bang for your buck too.
No, yeah. And then Jimmy John's. I love Jimmy John's. Go to school in Boone, and that's literally me and my roommate would walk there almost every single day because that was so close to our dorm. It was kind of dangerous. Learned to love it. Subway's at the bottom. So is Jersey Mike's.
Subway's not bad though.
No, I'll eat it, but it's at the bottom.
We had this place. It looked like a Subway like building, but it was called Sierra Subs, and all of the subs were like named after national parks.
Where was this?
In Lake Tahoe, just last week.
Yeah.
And I had same thing that I get at Jersey Mike's. It was insane.
Yeah, it was good.
It was so good. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Stupidly good.
Lucky duck.
Yeah. I love subs.
Yeah, I might go to Publix today.
I really like if I was gonna go like top 3 types of foods that like I could eat every day is like subs, Chipotle, and then like some kind of seafood meal.
I hate Chipotle.
Like fish tacos would be like my seafood order of choice, I think.
Ew, why is seafood in the discussion?
It's my favorite. I love seafood. I could eat out of the ocean every day.
That's disgusting.
It's the best. It's where life comes from.
I can stay there. I don't want it.
Oh.
I only want the canned tuna.
I'll eat it all day. Guess where it comes from?
I know, but like tuna's like, okay, it's just tuna. Like it's not anything cool.
Well, that's your own fault.
Cheap comes in a can.
Oh, whatever. Unless you get the real stuff, then it's not cheap. Anyway.
Yeah, well, not with this budgie, girl.
No.
Anyway, last question. Who is your inspiration? Who do you look up to?
Okay. So this is going to be a long list just because. So, I don't really fully believe in like taking inspiration from like traditional celebrities, like, or like athletes. I don't believe in that. And I mean, I guess I'm not an athlete, so, and I'm also not like actively trying to be like a traditional celebrity. So I guess take that for what it is. But I don't really believe in that just because they're so like untouchable and you don't like know necessarily what their life is like. And I think that that's why, tying it back together, I think that that's why I gravitate towards YouTube so much, is I just am interested in real people in real life and what people are actually doing. And so take that for what it is. But, and we can go in chronological order, I think. I think that like when I started watching YouTube videos as a kid, I was watching Call of Duty videos, like I said, and it started for me with a guy called Nadeshot. He now has he's the biggest Call of Duty YouTuber at the time ever. Now he owns like an esports organization and apparel brand and the energy drink that I go to every day. And so I definitely look up to him in the sense of like pursuing a passion and then growing it and then scaling it and then using that reach to then grow other avenues of interest, you know? So definitely look up to him. That's like probably the first inspiration that I really ever had when it comes to like wanting to make videos and stuff like that. And then Casey Neistat, who Chloe hates actively.
I don't hate him. I just like don't. Never mind. He's fine.
Yeah.
I don't hate him, though.
Yeah, you do, but it's all good.
I just don't really like. He's kind of annoying.
But anyway,
and that sounds really mean.
But he, I mean, I take so much inspiration stylistically from how to make videos and how to tell a story from him. And there's so many times where I'm editing a YouTube video and I just think like I have got to cut this or I'm just gonna make Casey Neistat videos exactly the same way. So. I think it wasn't necessarily intentional. It was just like, so obviously this is how you make a YouTube video, that's how I make YouTube videos. So, yeah. Casey Neistat for sure. And then like most recently when it comes to like creators, at the end, probably mid to end 2022, I started watching these guys that are now pretty big on YouTube, Kelly Wakasa and Ashley Alexander. Your mom Ashley. I take a lot of inspiration from them as well, stylistically and like lifestyle wise and things of that nature. So yeah.
Wow, I don't watch YouTube.
And then also like I take a lot of inspiration from like my grandparents too.
Oh, that's so precious.
Yeah, when it comes to like how you live your life and stuff like that. So
yeah, they're just chill old folks next door.
Yeah.
So cutesy.
Yeah, they're just old.
Yeah.
And friendly.
I only watch. Currently obsessed with Emily Kaiser. I have been for a few months on TikTok.
Well, I've been watching, and we just watched it a little bit ago. Was these guys that did this thing called Creator Camp, which was like they got like a cabin and brought all of their like YouTube friends to it and talked about YouTube and made videos and So I like that one that we just watched was a guy called Wholesome Simon, and he makes like travel videos and stuff like that too. I don't really like watching travel videos because it kind of makes me just feel envious and sad.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just got back and I have to figure out how to make a travel video, so I'm just leeching off of inspiration. But yeah, I mean, and I don't really like. I'm recently I've more so been watching YouTube is in terms of like search. Like I have questions and I need to figure out the answers and
really everything's on YouTube.
And I've really been listening to podcasts a lot recently too. That's
I can't get into them.
It's my favorite. So
I don't listen. I just like tune it out. Like if I play it in the car, it's just like I want some music.
I only ever listen to music whenever you're in the car with me. No lie.
You have terrible music taste. I want everyone to know he listens to old people cowboy music and it's terrible.
It's good stuff, man.
No, it's terrible.
It's really good.
And he calls the aux every time we're in the car. Yeah. And I have to listen to it, and it's terrible.
It's pretty good.
No.
I can link it.
Even if we're driving my car, he's like, aux.
I can put the playlist in the description for you guys if you want.
No, don't click on it. It's terrible. It'll make your ears bleed.
Unless you have taste. If you have taste, then you'll be all right.
No.
If you have taste, then it'll be all right.
But back to our inspiration. Yeah. Emily Kaiser, she's such a good mom, but she's still so fun.
Chloe takes in a lot of, I don't know if it's inspiration or she just watches a lot of like the TikTok stay-at-home moms and also like I guess the YouTube ones as well. So
because they're just good, like they're good moms, and then like they manage their life so well and they make it look so easy. And they just, obviously, I'm just seeing the good parts of it, but like look so like I want my life to look like that. And then my aunt, my Leanne, she's my bestie.
Pretty much it, huh?
Yeah, I don't have any.
No more inspirations. Zero more.
Definitely look up to my Dewey, my grandpa. Sorry. I call him Dewey. That was my first words. Shout out to my Dewey. So that's his name. But he's very hardworking. Most of my family grew up in the dentist industry, various positions. But his brother, so like my great uncle, I think that's how it works, has his own dentistry practice, and I've always grown up around that kind of field and just seen a lot of hard work he's done, and he's always put like his family first, and he's always never felt like not welcomed around him. And I've always begged when I was little, it's like, can I go to Dewey's? And they'd be like, no, sorry. He's about 2 hours away, but maybe next weekend. But I remember always begging to go see Dewey and my Nona, my grandma, when she was still here with us, and definitely look up to them too as well.
Your turn. Quiz time.
Okay.
You're not ready for this.
Oh, I'm not. I'm scared. Say it.
She's so nervous. She's been so nervous this whole time. She's really done well, though. What sucks the most about going to school far away? These are off the dome, by the way.
Definitely not being around my friends and family. I'm a big family. I love being home. Love my animals. Really miss them. Kind of figuring things out by myself is really difficult because I don't like being alone. And obviously we do long distance, which isn't ideal, but we do a great job with it and we make it work. But again, not ideal. So I think figuring things out in a new town is really hard, and difficult, and I'm always really nervous. So figuring new things out always needs some push and some encouragement. Usually Austin helps me with that, even if it's simple task. But yeah, it's definitely trying to find my resources. It's pretty difficult.
Think so?
Yeah, I mean, obviously going to like a university, there's about 1 million resources, but learning how to use them is what's kind of scary. But once I've done it and I'm comfortable with it, obviously they're great resources.
How nervous are you to have to start cooking for yourself?
Very nervous.
Yeah?
I don't know how to do anything but boil noodles. But, you know...
We're not talking spaghetti either, boys. We're talking cup noodles.
Hey, I do know how to cook noodles on the stove in a pot. I do know how to make spaghetti. I know how to brown meat.
Good.
No, just beef, though. I have a chicken phobia, guys.
You don't necessarily brown chicken. If you brown it, then it's burned.
Oh. Okay, you can see how well I know how to cook. Anyway...
You just need a meat thermometer and you'll be fine.
I have a fear with chicken, so unless it's cut up really little, I'll eat it. But...
That's a recent thing, too, guys.
Okay. I used to be vegan.
Sort of.
I was pescatarian for like 2 years.
Also, that's kind of debatable, but...
Austin, what do you mean? I was pescatarian.
It was just a selective diet.
Yeah, because my parents would force me to eat pork chops, and I hate pork chops. So I was like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't...
So I went vegetarian for a few months, and then I was like, really miss tuna. I'm a big tuna girl.
Sure.
So I went pescatarian for like 2 years, and then randomly I really wanted bacon, so I ate it. And now I'm here.
That was like 3 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think you were vegan for like a year of us dating.
Yeah, probably. And then I just randomly was over it. So I still don't eat pork chops, if you want to know.
She still doesn't really eat meat massively.
Yeah, I really don't. It just kind of...
But there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think.
Just really... I feel icky about it.
I just like... I could literally only eat meat, and I would be fine. Recently, I've liked fruit a lot.
Fruit is good.
Yeah.
I like almost every fruit. I don't like melons.
I don't like blueberries. That's one that I get chirped for all the time.
They have to be good.
They're so mushy and gross.
Yeah, well, not if they're good.
Really?
Yeah, you can like. It's hard to like tell.
I want to bite them and I want it to feel like a grape. Does that ever happen?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
I've never once had that in my life.
Yeah.
Never once.
I don't like them when they're mushy, but like they're fine. They're just blueberries.
What is the best smoothie?
Smoothie? I really like the one. Okay, they don't have it anymore, but Panera used to make this like
super fruit smoothie.
Yes, it was so good. Remember, we would go all the time to get it.
I think we went once.
Austin, stop.
I'm just saying, I can remember going once.
Okay, he doesn't even remember the 50 people he graduated with, guys. We live in a town that's a population of maybe 100.
No, it's more than 100. It's more than 100.
He doesn't know the people he graduated with. And he graduated in a class of what, like 100?
I think it was like 200.
No. Okay, anyway. So we used to go all the time to get this super fruit smoothie. Yeah, what he said.
Like she would get it, I wouldn't.
And then it was so good, but Panera, I don't think Panera does it anymore because I went to order it the other day and they don't have it. But I just like a mixed berry. Kind of basic.
Strong choice.
What's your favorite?
Favorite smoothie? Mm-hmm. I'm not really into smoothies massively. But like tropical. Normally though, no lie, and I don't really eat smoothies very often, but normally we have a tropical smoothie cafe fairly close and they have a good green tropical. It's like with greens and tropical.
Oh yeah.
So
that's what like my aunt gets when we go.
And I don't really necessarily believe that just because there's spinach in there it makes it any better for you, but I like to think that it does.
It's green, it's healthy.
Yeah. So but I mean if I had like my choice it would just be like a straight up tropical. Pineapples and oranges and mango and stuff like that.
I'm not big on pineapple.
Pineapple is it's the king of fruit. That's why it wears the crown.
Where did you hear that?
I just made it up.
Where did you see that? Like okay.
I'm on it, boys.
It hurts my mouth. It does taste good, but I don't want to cut it. I don't want to, Yeah. But it's good.
Okay. Good. Okay. We don't have girls on the podcast often, ever. Okay? So we very rarely get to share, like, girl perspectives on anything. Mm-hmm. So.
What? Just say it.
Where should the girls be shopping for clothes this summer? Talk to them. Nobody spends more time online shopping than you.
Thanks for airing me out.
Airing it out.
Anyway, Aerie, I've been obsessed with them right now.
Keep talking.
Do we need to restart?
No, keep going. You're good. Keep going.
I would say Aerie. They have some great sales right now. Of course, like Lulu just dropped some new stuff. I'm really obsessed with them.
What do you like is what I'm asking.
What do you mean?
Whenever you're going to buy clothes, where are you buying from most often? And for your specific choice. I'm not saying that you don't like Aerie and Lulu. I'm just saying.
I don't understand.
Like I buy from Patagonia because I like them.
Yeah.
I like their designs and I like that their materials feel good and I like that their hats fit my head.
Yeah. I do say Aerie is like probably where half of my clothes are from.
Yeah, that's like your preference.
They make me feel good because all their clothes are in big.
And like,
getting a smaller size makes me feel good.
Is it like an accessibility thing too? Like they're in the mall. I mean,
yeah, the mall like isn't that far from us, and I have an account with them, so I always get the notifications. And I'm like, guess I'll go in there and order some more. But they're always like on sale. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I guess I have to go. If you're making me.
They finesse you easily.
Yeah, and I was the biggest hater of Shein. But I found my obsession with it, and I think I've ordered 4 packages since I've been home for the summer.
Which was like 2 months ago. Maybe a month ago.
Yeah. But it's fine. I need a new wardrobe.
Sure.
But, yeah, I think that's, like, mainly where all my stuff is from.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out of my Nike short era.
She's done a good job at that so far.
Should have retired that in, like, 8th grade when it wasn't cool anymore. But, we're starting now. So, trying to transition my wardrobe. And that's pretty much, like, where I get all my clothes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there other places that you could, like, recommend to our fairly limited female audience?
I will tell you, Plato's Closet, I know you've heard a million times that there's good stuff, but I'm serious. There are cool stuff. we always find stuff there. Like, me and my roommate are obsessed with going, one, to sell all of our clothes because we're poor college kids, and second, like, they always have good stuff. So, like, if we're bored, like, we'll literally go sell our clothes and use all that money on a new wardrobe, like cheap used clothes. And like, they're not gonna accept, they're not supposed to accept ugly stuff, but you know, sometimes it slips in there.
Ugly is relative.
Sometimes they'll slip in that like Hot Cheetos t-shirt and you're like, okay, cute. But you know, we always find like good stuff. I suck at thrifting because I don't like to look through everything. Mainly I just like follow whoever I'm with, but I'm trying, and we've been trying Marshall's more and like Burlington and stuff
I
like
hate
that.
places like that.
I do too, but my roommate loves it, so I'm just in there, so I'm like, might as well look. And I have been finding like pretty good stuff there.
I think it just depends on.
It's just so much to look at, and there's
especially
so
for
many.
chicks, especially for you guys, because like the dude section in stores like that is like, you know, it's like a half wall.
Yeah, and ours is the whole store.
Is the whole store, so it takes forever.
So annoying. But
I don't like. I also think though that too. I really liked Marshalls whenever I was in like high school for wearing guy stuff, but like what I wear now I think is different. Yeah,
it's definitely different. Every time I go into Marshalls, like I'll look in the men's sections for you and I'm like, also would not wear this. I occasionally will get you like a golf shirt, but that's because they're polos and they're different. Yeah. They're not.
It's also fairly easy.
Yeah, and then like all the other stuff is hideous there. Yeah. Like it's not your style, so I just don't really.
Yeah, you used to be able to. I mean, I don't really necessarily know. I think that I just wear different stuff than I wore whenever I was like 16, 17, but
he's evolving. You know, he's so.
I wouldn't say I'm evolving. I'm kind of like, I think I've found this, like, what I like to wear is what I like to wear.
Yeah, you know, you're very picky. I cannot buy Austin clothes.
I'm not. I wouldn't say picky, but
you're picky.
I wouldn't say that like that.
I want him to wear. Okay, I want everyone's opinion. I want them to comment.
Sure, go ahead. Tell him.
Tell
him. Look at him. Tell him. Comment. Tell him.
Comment. I want to know your opinion on colorful shorts. Like, I bought Austin the colorful like Nike shorts, and he will not wear them. Like those blue ones, they're so cute, and he won't wear them. Why? What's the beef?
It's just.
Instead, he wears his gym. He only wears his Gymshark ones.
I like my Gymshark.
Only wears his Patagonia ones.
Yeah, I like those a lot.
What's wrong with the Nike ones?
I don't think there's anything wrong with the Nike ones. The party pants are a curveball.
Party pants. I forgot about the party pants. Yeah. They were a good find. Me and Faith, we're just gonna call her his cousin.
But I mean,
did good picking it out. We were really creative with our choice.
I think I would be more likely for like the price of it to just buy the Patagonia shorts though.
Blah blah blah. You're basic.
This is what I like. They make a good product.
You look cutesy in it. It's fine.
I just don't like. I think that the difference, and the reason why like I don't ever experiment with what I wear, is just because I have this like deep hatred towards like low quality crappy products. Like I don't like my nightmare would be ordering a Shein package and having to try on all of those sandpaper t-shirts and then having to send half of them back. Because I'd send all of them back.
I'm not gonna lie, when I was shopping earlier, I went in the men's section and then I was like, Austin would be so pissed because they're all cheap clothes. But
yeah, I don't like that at all. Like I hate.
You have an expensive taste.
It's not really that. It's just that like I don't want my t-shirt to last 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like I have like a rotation of 15, 16, 18 t-shirts that I wear.
Yeah, I know.
And they work. They don't really get dirty in the sense that like they don't really get like stains because they're like quality enough products and they don't rip.
Because I'm the queen of getting stains out of shirts.
I don't get rips in the armpits.
Shout out to me,
you know
guys.
What I'm saying? Like it's just what I like. I just don't like buying crappy products. Really, and ever. I don't ever like buying crappy products. So
fair.
Come from a long lineage of people that buy crappy products. So
yes,
I try to avoid that at all costs. So,
fair.
Yeah. That's kind of how it is for me, you know. But I'm also very like I have stuff that I like and I only wear that. Like I recognize that right now I'm not wearing a Patagonia hat, but I almost every day.
Bad example.
I don't think it's a bad example at all because that's what I wear every day because it fits me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like clothes is like the only thing that I spend like cheap on. Like everything else.
I agree with that.
Like.
I think that's true.
I have my taste, and I always will buy like the quality things. When it comes to clothes, like I'm always wanting something new. I just feel like I'm not gonna spend all this time looking for like and spending my money on the most expensive, like, nicest quality things because I know in, like, a month I'm not going to like it anymore. See,
I'm not like that at all. I think it's different for dudes because it's like dudes wear T-shirts and shorts and pants and layers on top of that when it's winter. Yeah. You know? That's kind of it.
Pretty much.
But even, like, what a lot of dudes experiment with is sneakers. I don't at all. I wear my On Clouds and Birks and then my Chacos because it's summer. And then
we're pretty boring with our shoe choices.
But it's just what I like. The On Cloud's the best shoe ever made, I think. It fits my foot perfectly.
I liked it too until popped a hole in mine. So
that happens, you know.
It'd be like that.
You got to replace them every once in a while, you know.
Yeah, be like that.
It does. It does be like that. It does be like that.
They did go in the garbage, and I got some new ones.
They didn't like. They lasted like a long enough time though. You wore them at work.
They didn't even last. So, guys, I was a cashier. I didn't do anything.
Because it's true.
I stood there.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my only beef with On Clouds. I do like the way they look, and they were not the most comfortable shoe, but they weren't uncomfortable. But they were so expensive, and they didn't even last a year. My toe popped a hole in the
I think that they just fit my feet, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just think that, like, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of, like...
I do like that there's not laces on them because I'm super lazy, and I don't untie my shoes. I just slip my foot in all my shoes.
I'm not a big fan of like, reinventing the wheel. Like,
yeah.
If I find something that I like, I'm just going to buy 100 of the same thing. You know what I mean? That's just how I operate, so... And that's like that's like what I think about, like, my Patagonia hat example is like it fits my head, and so every year I buy 5 new ones. They inevitably get gross and then they go away, and then I get new ones, you know. And it's like it's because it fits my head. If this hat said, you know, whatever it said, or sorry, bad example. If my Patagonia hat said like whatever, it doesn't matter that it's a Patagonia logo. It matters that it fits my head. I got a big head. I got a bunch of hair, you know.
Fair.
Absolute noggin on me, so I got to have something that can.
You don't have enough hair.
Take care of me. You like my hair right now. You chose this haircut.
I know. It does look good. And who cut your hair? Recently cut mine. Shout out Mallory. She did really good. I used to have super duper long hair, touch my butt. And now I'm rocking my
the bob.
The bob, yeah. It's not a bob, but you know.
It's not a bob.
It's a bob to me. I really like it. And she did really good with Austin's hair too.
Yeah.
Really happy about how it turned out.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I've had long hair, haircuts have always been weird, I feel like.
Oh my God, because he goes to the barber shop.
But how am I supposed to know? That's like what I've done my whole life.
I know, but you have girl hair, so go to a girl.
But how am I don't know what to tell them. It's just always been it's always been like a weird kind of thing. So I've always been bad about that, I think, so.
We'll get you right, don't worry.
I mean, I kind of feel like we did though, you know.
We can keep going to her.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean,
yeah.
It's important, I think.
Okay, next question.
Maybe it's important. Maybe it's not. Next question. Throw me for a loop here.
Yeah.
Throw me for a loop here. What's the best snack in the Starbucks case whenever you go to Starbucks?
Cheese Danish.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Coffee cake is.
They have coffee cake?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had that.
I actually had that at in the airport. It was insane.
Really?
Yeah. It was better than the one that we had in Florida.
Nothing is better than that.
I'm dead serious.
Okay. I was a hater on the Cheese Danishes, and then Austin would order them every single time I went to Starbucks.
I don't even eat those anymore.
Okay, well, you used to.
My actual go-to at Starbucks is blueberry scone.
I was like, ew, what is that? Like, I've never tried it. Then I was like, okay, I guess I'll try it, and I fell in love with it. And every time I go to Starbucks, I have to get a Cheese Danish.
When I first started like going to Starbucks consistently enough. I don't really go to Starbucks a lot. It just isn't really like. It isn't really on the way for me.
Well, like, when I'm at school in Boone, like, we have nothing. So I pretty much go to Starbucks because it's drive-through. That's the only drive-through we have for coffee. But when I'm at home, we have a million little, like, of them, and I prefer those, so I'll go there.
It's kind of a mixed bag, but this just isn't on the way. Starbucks. If the Starbucks was on the way to work or on the way to school, I'd go to Starbucks. There was a Dunkin' on my drive to school. There's a Dunkin' I turned left by.
I have bagel bites. That's why
I went to Dunkin' every day whenever I was a freshman, literally. So,
yeah, I know you did.
And Dunkin' isn't even good, but.
Hey, sometimes it's good.
Sometimes it's good.
You get the river water, or you get the really
absolute hot dog water. But I started it like a chocolate croissants. I don't really like chocolate croissants. I don't really like chocolate. Honestly.
What?
Yeah, I don't really like chocolate.
Oh, and then, I'm rethinking this.
Shut your mouth. And then cheese danishes, and then And then like I kind of just don't go to Starbucks that much, but I like scones, and they have blueberry scones. So
yeah.
Coffee cake is good though. The coffee cake was really good. They at least had it in the airport Starbucks in Salt Lake City, Utah. So I guess take that for what it is. I think that's it. We just talked for 50 minutes. Can you believe that?
Sorry, I'm trying to text this girl.
Sure you are. I'm just kidding.
We're trying to find a 5th roommate. So I just picked someone. And the girl we wanted is not going to work.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So we're going to get a random. Can't wait.
Could be worse.
No comment because I can talk a lot of shit.
Want to go back to Whitehall?
No.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
I hate
Random is better than Whitehall.
I hate Whitehall.
Random is better than Whitehall.
Are you going to put this in?
Can.
Okay, guys. I lived in an all-girls dorm my freshman year.
I don't understand why you're so critical of it being an all-girls dorm.
Because there's only one all-girls campus dorm on campus.
But do you think the experience...
And I was placed on it. Why me?
Would the experience have been any better if there was dudes?
Yes.
Why?
No, it's not the dudes. Like, I don't care about the dudes. It's just, like, everyone who requests to live there is going to get it because no one wants to live in an all-girls dorm. So, therefore, when the seniors who are 23 years old request to live in Whitehall, they're automatically going to get it. So, I'm there with all the upperclassmen, and they did nothing but complain about us, and we didn't even do anything. Like, we were lame. Our RA was our neighbor. We didn't do anything. Like, pretty chill. The most, like, crazy thing I did was have, like, Austin stay for the weekend. Like, we're boring people. So, and, like, if we did anything, we never did it in our dorm. Like, we would go to other people's dorm. We would go out, do whatever. Like, just really boring, really quiet. Like, I didn't feel homey. Like, every time I was, like, stepped out of our room, like, everyone was, like, judgy. Didn't feel, like, comfortable there. How did you like Whitehall?
I mean...
Did you have fun walking? I had to escort him downstairs every time he had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but that's because it was an all-girls room. That's fair enough, but...
You should be able to use the handicap stall. That's all I'm saying.
Whatever.
We had on every floor, there's a handicap bathroom that has its own shower and bathroom, closed door, but boys can't use it. Why? What's the point?
Oh, it's an all-girls dorm. There just isn't infrastructure.
It's gender-neutral bathroom.
Well, I mean, I guess that's fair enough, but...
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
That was in the past. That's in the past. I'll have a house this year, 5-bedroom, 5-bath. Looking for a roommate.
God, you're so dumb.
But, yeah, so hopefully it'll be a lot better. I know it will be a lot better. I'll have access to my car. Unlike my car being 3 miles away and having to take the bus every time, I wanted to drive my car. So,
That'll work.
Yeah.
Boom. I think that's it.
Yep, that's it.
Did you think that you were going to go for 53 minutes?
No, I did not. That was kind of easy.
Yeah.
But I was nervous.
This chick was so scared of the microphone.
Because I'm going to be famous.
There's nothing scary about the microphone.
And your whole family is going to listen to this, so I'm scared.
Yeah, but it's long. They're probably not going to make it to the end.
I hope not. I was getting worse as I went.
You think so?
Probably.
I don't think you were.
I hope not.
You live a strange, interesting life. Well, we did a podcast.
Yay.
She's been wanting to come on the podcast for a long time.
Yeah, because Caleb could bring Sydney on here, and you couldn't bring me on here.
You lived in Boone.
I came down to visit.
Yeah, sometimes. You're telling me that whenever you came home for like a weekend, what you wanted to do was a podcast?
No.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm here now, guys. Yeah. That's all that matters.
And it was fun.
Sure. Don't
lie. Say sorry to them.
Sorry.
Good. Because it was fun.
Yeah, it was fine. Just not my thing.
Sure, it's not. You can talk plenty whenever the microphone's off. Huh?
You're so rude.
How's that rude? You did a good job. I really think you did a good job.
Thank you.
All right. So, hopefully you guys think she did a good job too. Make sure to leave a comment.
Well, don't actually. If it's mean, don't put it.
Like and comment and subscribe and ring the bell and share it around to your family and friends.
Yes.
And if you're on the audio platforms, make sure to rate and review. 5 stars.
Yes.
We read all of our reviews on the podcast. Check out our Wednesday show, Caddy Corner After Hours. There will be a real one on this Wednesday. Caleb and I will be together as a tag team duo. because we're recording on Saturday, which is in 2 days, 3 days or something like that. And so we're gonna have a real podcast, and we're gonna be back on schedule. So thanks for coming on. I didn't know if you were. I never know if you're actually serious or not about wanting to come on. So
I was serious.
I had 2 ideas for what I was going to do for this podcast. I was either going to do one solo and come up with something, or I was going to do it with you. And I was surprised whenever you said that you would come. So it made my life a little bit easier.
Surprise, guys.
I didn't have to make any notes. So
thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah. I'm Austin. She's Chloe. It's normally Caleb, but for this week it's Chloe.
Sorry, Caleb. Miss you, bud.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, I'll see you all next week, I guess.
All right. Bye, guys.
Peace.